This is Pokling 888 Telemetrading Daily Market Research and Data Analysis. Here are the top 10 most active companies in the Philippine Stock Exchange in terms of volume. Led by Solar Philippines, Nueva Ecija traded 239.25 billion at a price of 2.07 per share. Next, the Apex Mining with 25.61 million at a price of 1 peso and 84 cents per share. Next, the Frutas with 11.91 million at a price of 1.27. Followed by the Nickel Asia with 11.42 million at a price of 5.9. Next, the Dito CME Holdings with 7.11 million at a price of 5.22 per share. Next, the Metro Pacific Investment traded 17.29 million at a price of 3.79 per share. Also, the AC Energy Philippines with 14.02 million at a price of 9 pesos and 55 cents per share. Followed by the LT Group with 13.70 million at a price of 10.06. Also, the Mega World with 10.38 million at a price of 3 pesos and 16 cents per share. And the RL Commercial closed at a price of 8.52 per share and traded 10.29 million. And here are the notable gainers, led by the Vista Malls with total gains of 17.86%. Followed by the A-Side Hotel with 12.86%, the Oriental Petrol with 9.09%. Next, the Prime Media with total gains of 8.70%, followed by the PH Resorts with 8%. Next, the Centro Escolar with 6.45% gains, followed by the Mart Ventures with 4.86% total gains. Next, the Cirtec gained 3.91%. Also, the Century Pacific Food with 3.77% total gains, and the Keepers Holdings with 3.70% gains. And here are the biggest losers, led by the ABS-CBN with 10.14% losses. Also, the Dizon Copper Silver with 8.01%. The Anchorland with 7.10%. The Del Monte Pacific with 5.93% losses. Also, the Philippine Bank of Communications lost 5.16%. Followed by the Liberty Flour Mills with 5%. Next, the APC Group with losses of 4.58%. Next, the Central Azucarera de Tarlac with 4.42% losses. The Millennium Global with 4.08% and the DFNN with 3.83% losses. And here are the latest on Forex. For US dollar, the dollar index held near 2-week highs around 96 on Wednesday, while the offshore yuan hovered a more than 3.5-year high past 6.33 per dollar. The Australian dollar hovered below 0.718 or 0.718 US dollar, while the Japanese yen inched lower toward 114 per dollar. The New Zealand dollar hovered 14-month lows past 0.67 US dollar. The Canadian dollar traded above 1.26 US dollar, and the euro fell below 1.13 US dollar. And for commodities, for gold prices held above 1,840 an ounce, while the crude futures held above 86 US dollars per barrel. The Brent crude futures almost touched 89 US dollars per barrel. The US natural gas futures rose to 4.2 US dollars per million British thermal units, and the US gasoline futures bounced back to 2.5 US dollars per gallon. And here are the updates on stock market. In US stock futures traded on Wednesday after another volatile session on Wall Street. Dow and S&P 500 futures were flat while Nasdaq 100 futures rose 0.1%. The S&P 500 followed with a 1.22% loss while the Dow closed 0.19% lower after being down more than 800 points earlier in the session. Meanwhile, Microsoft jumped 2% in extended trading after the company issued upbeat quarterly revenue guidance. Investors await more earnings on Wednesday from Tesla, Intel, and Boeing, among others. While in New Zealand, the S&P or the NZX 50 added 57 points or 0.47% to close at 12,186 on Wednesday in thin trading volumes. In United Kingdom, the FTSE 100 made its way up on Wednesday, extending a rebound from the previous session. On the earnings front, Wizz Air reported a Q3 operating loss of 213.6 million euros and warned results in Q4 could be worse before improving in the spring of 2022. In Italy, the FTSE MIB index rose 2.1% to hover around the 26,580 level on Wednesday after slightly rebounding 0.2% in the last session, supported by tech and industrial stocks. In the corporate front, industrial stocks rose 2.3%, lifted by steel pipe manufacturers and the auto sector, while technology stocks gained over 3%. UniCredit rose 2.6%, outperforming the banking sector. In China, the Shanghai Composite advanced 0.6 to 6% to close at 3,456, while the Shenzhen Component rose 0.7% to 13,780 on Wednesday. High-growth new energy and electronic technology firms led the rebound, with notable gains from Contemporary Amper, 3.87%, BYD Company, 3.82%, Longji Green Energy with 3.84%, Jiangsu Zhongtian with 10%, and Tianjin Zhonghua with 4.15%, among others. In Japan, the Nikkei 225 index fell 0.44% to close at a 13-month low of 27,011, while the broader Topix index lost 0.25% to 1,895 on Wednesday. Chip makers and precision manufacturing firms led the declines, with notable losses from Tokyo Electron 0.81%, Nidec Corporation 3.18%, Keyence with 1.8%, Fanuc Corporation with 3.29%, Murata Manufacturing 2.03%, and Hitachi with 0.91%, among others. While in South Africa, the FTSE or the JSE All-Share Index rose over 1% to around 73,225 on Wednesday, extending gains for a second straight session led by commodity-linked sectors and miners and recovery in tech stocks. In France, the CAC 40 index jumped 2% to trade at the 6,970 level on Wednesday, extending yesterday's rebound lifted by industrials and commodity-backed stocks. In the corporate front, Renault gained 5.8% ahead of its press conference regarding the alliance formed with Nissan and Mitsubishi Motor to develop electric vehicles. At the same time, Airbus rose 5.5%. In Europe, European stock futures traded higher for a second straight session on Wednesday, rising within the 0.6% to 1% range. On the earnings front, Frankfurt-listed Microsoft shares rose more than 2% after quarter two earnings and revenue beat estimates, while issuing better than expected forecasts for the fiscal third quarter. And here is a trivia. Airsoft Technology integrates MT5 ahead of IFX Expo Dubai 2022. The powerful multi-asset trading platform is known for its extensive technical analysis tools, direct access to financial news, algorithmic trading, and backtesting capabilities. But buying a full server MT5 license can be prohibitively expensive. With Airsoft Technologies MT5 with label solution, brokers will be able to provide their clients access to all the powerful features of the platform without needing to invest huge amounts of effort and expenses. Traders will be able to use both the web and mobile, either iOS and Android versions of the platform. And this is Emmy from Philippines reporting. Thank you very much.